What's up, everybody? This is Romsworld, and I'm your host, Rom. Today, I'm so excited to have a very special guest with us, a true powerhouse in the world of digital content creation and strategy. She's a multifaceted creative known for her dynamic work in developing digital rollout strategies and producing captivating content for some of the biggest names in entertainment. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you my girl, Gissel Alvarez. Today I'm super excited to have this guest on the couch. She's a multifaceted creative known for her dynamic work in developing digital rollout strategies and producing captivating digital content for some of the biggest names in entertainment. Allow me to introduce to you my girl, Gissel Alvarez. We got Gissel on the couch. What's up, mommy?
What's good?
What's up? How you feeling?
I feel good, you know why? Because I'm here with you.
Yes, period. It's vibes, all good. You look beautiful today.
I'm just trying to match your energy, you know.
Come on, Aries energy.
Feel me? I came from New York and I was like, I got to come over here. I got to come see you.
And I'm so glad that you came for me. That's what she said. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions and feel comfortable. Like, it's no pressure. It's all vibes. We friends, you know? Okay. So, yes, get comfortable. Get you a pillow.
Pillow at 3.
Okay, here we go. So I got some questions for you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did your journey in digital content strategy and producing like these exclusive, like some of the best like entertainment decks and like production for social media? Like, cause you do it all.
Oh my God. So it started at my internship at Hot 97. It used to be MS Communications. I don't know what they call it anymore, but it was Hot 97 WBLS. And WLIV was a Christian station.
Okay.
And
Come
so
on, Christian.
Hello. Anointed. And so it was a rotational program.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks you hit a different department. So I got to the digital department. So I didn't know like this could be a job. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm already on Instagram. I'm already on Twitter. I'm already being nosy on Facebook. I was like, this could be a job. I said, sign me up. So shout out to Victoria.
Shout out to Victoria, wherever you at.
No, facts. I think she at I1 right now, but shout out to Victoria because she was the director there when I was an intern. And if it wasn't for her and her department, I would have never known that I could have a career from this. And this was 10 years ago. Okay,
so 10 years ago. So that leads me to my next question. So as a woman in this industry, I know that it's hard navigating these spaces, especially when there is no blueprint. So like you're saying, like 10 years ago, social media had just become like a real thing. Like you said, oh, you can make this a job. So you were one of the people who spearheaded like this type of industry. So how was that, and like what type of women did you come across, and how did they help your experience to growth and becoming who you are now?
Wow. Ooh, that's loaded. So for sure, I not a woman, but I got to shout out Tom from MySpace because, you know, I was a coder because of you, Tom. So I appreciate
Tom had us coding.
Okay.
At like 10.
Exactly. And, you know, we shouldn't have been on MySpace at that time, honestly, but it was fun and we was outside. But yeah, I was like, 12, 13 on MySpace just trying to like, how can I make, you know, the little tweed birds, the blingy joint just fall like rain on my joint. I want my music playlist because that was the most important part. Like everything just needed to look seamless and popping. But for the people that helped pave the way for sure, Victoria Fleary, Hot 97, TJ Barber, and Tatiana Holyfield Arthur at BET, Tracy Parkwood, Tracy Lincoln, Parkwood.
Tracy.
Yeah, love us some Tracy. And then Ashley Tyra, and Sam Stryker at Twitter. Like, those are the folks that really laid the groundwork in just letting me do me, be myself, and You know, like how some people try to tell you, like, oh, then you, like, you got to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
None of them ever told me to tone it down. And I appreciate that and I love that because there's too much personality.
Yes.
You know, you can tell with the orange, right? There's too much personality to just be out here talking about, okay, excuse me, can I do, like, nah.
Yeah, you got to go after everything you want.
Yo, just let me be because it's like, you want the work done, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes, it takes a little spunkiness to get the work done and to, like, be able to color outside the lines without having to worry about, oh, is this okay? Like, nah. Not everything has to be cookie cutter. You feel me?
Yeah. And that's what I love about you because it's like when you walk in the room, you just like yourself, Dominican, big Dominican energy, big Aries energy. Like, I love that about you. So that leads me to my next question, what I was saying, like, because in entertainment, when you have these big personalities, people always tell you, oh, be humble, be, be less than, lower yourself. So they can feel comfortable. And I was just saying, like, I hate the word humble because if you look up in a dictionary, not the word that everybody has assumed what it means, but if you look up in a dictionary, it says having low self-worth for yourself. So it's like, why would you want me to have low self-worth? Now, when I say we should have humility and gratitude, like, those are the words that I use instead of humble. So navigating this industry, how have you persevered through those times when people have told you, tone it down, you're doing too much?
Ooh, wasn't it recent, huh? Wasn't it recent? Nah, there's been multiple occasions, honestly. Like, from, I had an internship right after my time at Hot 97. There was another internship that I was at. It was another station, an online entity, and a woman told me that I needed to be seen and not heard. So basically, just put your head down, do the work, and that's it. I was like, that's interesting because if I'm pumping out all this work and I'm over here doing these press clippings and I'm writing and producing whatever segments are happening, why do I have to tone down myself if y'all using my personality?
Yeah, because this is me. Like, so a lot of people don't realize with creative people too is that, like, when we're creative, so God makes us a certain way. And that way we are, only we can go out and use those gifts the way we use it. But we have to be authentic to ourselves for us to keep getting that gift from God. Like, so when people tell you to tone it down, they're telling you, like, to kind of like whitewash your talent, or like whitewashes God's plan for you. And it doesn't work because you have to be fully authentic to yourself. So I really love that you said that. My next question, my Afro-Latina sister. Okay.
Dime.
Okay. As a Dominican woman in the digital space, how do you weave your culture into your projects?
Everything that that I represent, that I am part of, the communities that I support is all showcased throughout my work. Like, time and time again, I'm here to not only represent myself, but to represent those that I love and everybody that needs to be supported. Because what's a community without a solid foundation?
Exactly.
So it would be a disservice for me, especially in, like, where I'm at career-wise right now, not to make sure that I amplify everything that I am part of and everything that I support. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, this is all cool, like everything that we do and stuff like that, and we're creative and whatnot, but how are we showing up for each other? So that's my biggest thing. So you're gonna see everything that embodies me, things that I support, just, you're gonna see it throughout my work, whether it's like, I did a bounce etiquette at BET. There was at Twitter.
You keep just going with my questions because that was my next question. How was your experience at BET? Like, how did that come about and how did you execute that? Like, knowing, like, okay, this is a huge company. Yeah. It's already established. I'm coming in and I'm supposed to amplify this brand in some sort of way. So how was that experience?
So BET is funny because I graduated college and I ain't graduating with no job, and I'm not gonna hold you. It was undergrad. I graduated with no job, but I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Don't we all?
I was like, you know, I'm gonna take a break. And that break became 2-3 months, and I was like, hold on. I thought it would be easier to get a job, so I ended up becoming a PA for HBO Sports. So like for the Hard Knocks, from when the Rams was transitioning from St. Louis to LA. So I was part of that season, and then like live boxing.
Okay.
The Spanish live boxing. But I was a PA, and I was like, I had all these internships throughout college. I was at High 97, Sirius XM, The Fader, and shout out to Farrell Monch and Garute, War Media, We Are Renegade. That was my first internship ever, and so I had all these internships, but I landed with no job. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go intern again. So I interned again right at the same time of doing the PA job at HBO, and I was like, you know what? I'll just take it to the chin. I'll intern again. It's cool. And then I went back to grad school at the same time because one thing about me, I'm gonna be overly ambitious.
Like a Aries should.
Son, it's a little tiring sometimes. But yeah, I went back to school. I started grad school, and then I got the internship with BET. And I was like, I bet I'm gonna take these 2 semesters. I'm gonna show myself, like I'm gonna show that I'm capable of doing the work and that I'm willing to learn. And that's exactly what I did. Literally, right before the second semester was over, 8 months into BET, they was like, yeah, so here's this coordinator role. And I was like, hell yeah, keep me on.
Let's go.
I was like, keep me on. I'm on the team. I was like, y'all couldn't get rid of me anyway, but thank you for making it official. And so with my time at BET, like, I had such a great team with the 2 ladies I mentioned earlier as leaders. And then my coworkers that they family at this point. So Tori, Juwan, Brian, like it was us 4. Just creating content, having fun. And then just the simple fact that like I knew that I'm obsessed with music. I've studied music my whole life. I want to be an ethnomusicologist and whatnot. So
I saw that.
Yeah,
you know, I was doing my little research,
I'm
digging and diving.
I'm a little nerdy.
I saw that.
But like they nurtured me to like really grow into who I am as like a digital marketer. But then it's also great to work with people that trust you. And they're just like, they see something in you and they're like, I bet, like, do what you got to do. Like, we're here to support. And then if they need to reel me back in a little bit because we all do, you know, they got me together, but in a respectful way and in a way where it's like, all right, let me teach you something. Let me teach you the best way to go about this matter. So yeah, BT was amazing. I was the lead for Hip Hop Awards 3 times now. Soul Train Awards recently.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
girl, you just beating me to all the questions. You done so much entertainment, so I want to make sure we, you know, give you your things, okay? So, speaking of Soul Train.
Oh my God. Kiki's House of Soul, baby. Kiki's House of Soul.
The Kiki's House of Soul for the Soul Train Awards. And some digital stuff too. Yeah. I was seeing you. You was working. Let's talk about that. So what goes into creating a strategy for the Soul Train Awards?
So I'll give y'all a little something. So the first thing that really goes into it is just taking a step back and trying to figure out what is the overall goal, right? Marketing wise, but also like across all departments. Like, what is the goal? It was a new format. So figuring out how that'll translate on social, but then also realizing that you have the best host that you can ever have host this new format. And like
Kiki, keep a job. Palmer, okay. Shout out to Kiki too, cause she also won an Emmy. Shout out to Kiki.
She's amazing. Like Kiki and her team, they were amazing to work with. Getting to create all of the content that was created was amazing. And let's make it be very clear, that's the most video social packages ever produced by a host for any award show. You hear me? Yeah, don't let nobody tell you different. Because we had over 4 pieces.
Don't play with it, don't play with it,
Ever.
Don't play with it.
Nah, but Kiki is a delight. Her team, super amazing. And it was just fun to just be able to like work with a host like that is just down to do whatever feels right. You can't go wrong. So thanks to that dynamic that we all had between each other, it made all of the social coverage successful. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, looking back on all the projects that you've done so far, which one would you say was like the most pivotal, like career changing project for you? And you don't work with a lot of people: Netflix, Paramount Plus, Max, BET, Be Good, Renaissance Tour, like everything. Like it's not what happened you worked on, girl?
Oh my God. I think the project that really showed me that I could hold my own was Hottie graduation.
Okay.
This is when Megan Thee Stallion was graduating from undergrad.
Okay.
That campaign, that came from the heart because it's one of those things that, yes, so I was the voice of Twitter Music. So handling all the editorial stuff for Twitter Music, yeah.
Wait, can you say that again? Because you just like brush past that.
The voice.
The voice.
The one and only
The.
voice of Twitter Music, okay?
Let's go. And that was the question that I had to ask you. So since we're there, when I first heard about you, everybody was saying, she's the top girl from Twitter, the top girl from Twitter. So, like, how do you become the top voice for music on Twitter? And black voices, by the way.
Yo, it's so wild because I was trying. So when I was at BT, I had met my friend and she would send me things like, yo, apply to this, apply to this. One day she hit me up because I was at a record label at the time. And she hit me up. She was like, yo, there's this role that I know is for you. It was created for you. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of liking the label and stuff like that. Like, it seems too soon. She was like, there's nothing too soon. I was like, oh, okay. She an Aries.
It's not too soon for us. When we want it now.
Okay. And I like people, sometimes I like people that'll be like, yeah, girl, no. Not all the time, so be careful. But like, just some people that call to your energy where it's just like, sometimes you need to hear like actually, like just try it out. And she sent me the link. She was like, apply and put it through and stuff like that. I'll never forget the recruiter was talking to me or whatever. And I could tell like she was just doing like the last, I was like the last applicant to like get into the portal or whatever. And I'll never forget at the end of that interview process, she was like, yeah, I didn't think that you were going to make it this far in the game and stuff like that. Because I was literally one of the last few applicants like put into the portal for this role. So I got to give her props for that, because if it wasn't for her pushing me to apply, then I wouldn't have been able to do everything that I've done. But being the voice of Twitter Music is fun because you got to be anonymous. After a while, I was like, after a while, I was like, it's me. Well, not even me. It was my friends being like, nah, that's my sister. That's my sister.
This my voice. Y'all can't hide the voice.
Nah, facts. Like, my friends was going up for me, like my loved ones. They were like, nah, that's my sister. And they would like, every time I would drop a campaign or whatever, they would be like, and Gissel. Because like we couldn't say that. We were told that we couldn't say that. So I was like, I bet. But it doesn't mean my people can't. Because anytime I'll be like, nah, guys, like it's cool. They'll be like, anyway, so Gissel did this campaign, it did this, and that. And that's the importance of having community, though. Because a lot of people would have never known.
Hold on, y'all. See, we two Aries, right? You are March Aries or April Aries?
April Aries.
Okay.
April 13th.
So we two Aries, and I have these questions, and as soon as she like says them, like they're literally the next question it's like she reading my mind. But let's go. Let's continue, because you reading my mind, girl.
Yeah, community is important, because if my people weren't out there talking about like, nah, Gissel is the voice of Twitter Music, like all this music that's being amplified, because mind you, I was handed over the Twitter Music account when they was just talking about Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, and shout out to those dolls.
We love them.
Okay.
They had an era.
They did.
A few eras that we love.
Absolutely.
But there's more to
There's
talk about.
so many more. Like, being able to break new talent, super important. So, the Jawan MP3s, the Zaya Bells, who else? Courtney, just so many people to be amplified. Fabo, like
Fabo, shout out
early
to
stages
Fabo.
of Fabo, like there was so many times like pushing to amplify these new artists, because it's just like we can't talk about music on Twitter, knowing that Black Twitters was really running Twitter, and not talk about Black artists.
Yes, you cannot. Black Twitter runs Twitter. Well, Black X.
Black Twitter runs
Black
Twitter.
Twitter, Black X, whatever they want to call it now. We still run it. So the fact that you were able to take something that you love, which is music, and amplify other creators and amplify artists who really deserve it, that means a lot. And the fact that you have a community, like that's what I was gonna say. It sounds like you have people in your corner, constantly pushing you, constantly like empowering you, and constantly speaking life into you. So you mentioned community. For someone that's coming up in this industry, how important is community? Like, how important is it to find your group of people, find that group that will pour into you, not just take out of you, but actually pour into you and allow you to be your authentic self?
Yeah, I think number one is like really, and I know it sounds cliche, it's just being yourself for real. Like one thing about me that you can never take away from me is I'm a Brooklyn girl at the end of the day.
Yes, it's all up and
So,
through you.
you
All up
know,
and through you.
I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to dim my light for anybody. That when you come across people that honor that and stuff like that, it's one of them things where you're like, oh, okay, like people accept you for who you are. And honestly, when you are your true authentic self, people gravitate towards you. You just gotta keep your head on swivel a little bit because, like, of course, you can't trust everybody. But when you are yourself, those who need to be around you will be around you.
Hmm.
And so I've been very blessed and supremely grateful to have the community I have. And honestly, I learned that from my parents and my family because, like, my parents have this foundation, this community of people in Brooklyn, in New York City, and in the islands. And I learned from them more than anything to nurture those
Hmm.
relationships. Because at the end of the day, yeah, like, okay, I do great stuff. I do really cool stuff for work and whatnot. But when all of that quiets down, like, I want you to remember me for, like, who I am for real.
Hmm.
Like, just remember me for me. Like, yes, all this stuff is cool. But at the end of the day, like, you gonna remember me for how I treat you
Yeah.
and how I show up for you. Not like, ooh, girl, can I get tickets to go to a so and so show? Like, yeah, I get you the tickets, but at the end of the day, it's like
You get them tickets
there's
one
levels
time.
to it.
Yeah.
There's levels to
You
it.
get them tickets one time. We might go to dinner, but that's it, girl.
No,
No,
not
just
even.
kidding.
Not even like, it's just one of them things where it's just
You gotta be gang, and you gotta be gang in the best way. Like, you can't just pull from me without pouring into me. Like, because I feel like relationships is an
Mhm.
exchange anyway. Whether it's energy, whether it's time, we're exchanging something to help each other. Now, some people they take and they don't exchange. So I feel like it's very important to have people around you that pour into you, because sometimes like this industry is so cutthroat that sometimes you don't see yourself. So it's good to have people that be like, girl, what? No, you're that bitch. Like, get it together. Like, get your head, like you said, get your head on a swivel. Let's get it together. This is for you. Take it. I see it's for you. You might not see it's for you, but it's for you. And that's how your Twitter thing came along. So,
Listen, shout out to Big GSE. We're no longer a thing over there because, the followers. What up, boy?
Elon, you can sponsor Elon. Hey.
Shout out to Big GSE. Twitter, my time at Twitter was amazing, Um, between Hottie graduation, the launch of Twitter Ghana, tweeted into existence campaign with all them billboards in Times Square, 7 days of Beyonce,
Y'all
7
heard
days
that.
of Beyonce.
The fans know it.
Okay. Beehive got their emoji, got their little hash emoji. So it was like a
Mhm.
little bee. It was so cute.
The world kind of stopped. I remember seeing that. Like, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God."
was the second ever fan emoji
Mhm.
because the first one was for Army. Of course, but how we gonna celebrate 7 days of Beyonce without honoring Beehive?
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't, I'm gonna put me in it. If it wasn't for us, nah, let me stop. But not if it wasn't for Beehive. Like, I love Beehive. At the end of the day, like, clearly we all grew up
Cause they
within
ride.
Beehive.
We ride for Beyonce.
Yeah, we do.
No matter what.
But be on the outside of it and like having to create a campaign like from the heart, and then being like, nah, I want to make sure that there's something that I could give back to my dolls. And the B, I was like, this is everything.
The little things matter for the fans.
Yeah.
Like it really does. So I have 2 more questions for you.
Hit me with it.
These are more like, drop some gems, So you love music. You've worked at a label. You've done so many like content strategies for artists, for labels, for campaigns. Let's say an artist came to you and was just like, Gissel, like, I need your help. I don't have a budget. I'm an independent artist. I just released this song, but I want to make it pop as much as I can with limited to no budget. What kind of advice would you give them? She said, you need a budget, okay?
No, not even. Limited to no budget. My first thing would be create a schedule. It is something so simple. Create a schedule, because sometimes you don't have all the time in the world, especially starting out fresh as an artist. So sit down and figure out two days within the month that you can sit down, have a list of outfits and content pieces that you want to create within those 2 days. Pump out all the content and bank it, so that whenever there's a rainy day and you don't know what to post, you go right back into that folder and you post it. Evergreen content is king.
And for people who don't know what evergreen content is,
so evergreen content is basically bankable content that you can post like whenever. But the best part about it is that it does not have to be tied or connected to a certain day or a certain like time frame and stuff like that. It's like a thought starter at the end of the day. But yeah, time management is key. Pick 2 days out the month where you're going to create a bunch of content. Bank it, because you don't know when a rainy day is going to come in terms of like you not having nothing to post on social, and then release it whenever you're ready to release it. But have fun in the process. Social is trial and error. You don't know what your audience is gonna like. You don't know what format is going to change around with these social media platforms. But the only thing that you can do for yourself from an internal standpoint before anything is published is to check in with yourself, and does it feel good? Yes, certain things are going to feel uncomfortable in the creation process of it all, but you have to go with your best gut feeling when it comes to creating content, and it has to feel natural. And if it doesn't feel natural, turn to your neighbor and be like, friend, I need your help.
I need your help.
Okay.
So that's what y'all need to do. Like any artists out there, creatives, if you're just starting in content creation, or you don't have a budget, you don't have any ideas, and you want to get started, and you got a single that's coming out, and you know you need to put it out, I say just put it out and do the strategy after, because you want your song on these socials so that you can actually promote it. So do what she said. Do a whole bunch of videos. Pick 2 days out of the month. Get all your outfits together. Create your content. It could be lyric videos. It could be you faking behind a microphone. You don't really have to sing, as long as you got your phone and a tripod. And hey, if you want to add a ring light for razzle dazzle, do so. That's my best advice and Gisselle's best advice. So if you're an artist and you need help with your rollout strategy, hit her up. But you got to have a budget, because she need her coins. Okay? One more question for you, and then we're going to play like a rapid fire game. And then that will wrap up our interview.
So fast already?
It's so fast, right?
Come on, you trying to throw me out.
Okay. For that little girl who's looking to get in the industry that you're in, to create the vibes that you create, to create these these amazing digital decks and strategies on how to execute this content and produce this content, what advice would you give to that little girl trying to come up in this industry, and she's looking at you like, I want to be her when I grow up?
Color outside the lines. Like, be comfortable. Be comfortable with coloring outside the lines. Even though I'm type A, I'm very type A. Like, I love structure. When it comes to the creative aspect of it all, color outside the lines because that's where you really gonna find your best pieces possible. And just go with the flow. I know it's hard to like do, but sometimes going with the flow will lead you to where you need to be as opposed to trying to force something that doesn't work. So those couple of things. But yeah.
Okay, and that's her advice. So if you are looking to get in this space, color outside the lines. Be yourself. Do your own thing. That's the best advice that she could give y'all. And I agree with her 100%. Okay, now it's time for a little game before Giselle leaves. You know, she got to do her thing. She busy. She don't got all day. So we're going to play this game. So I'm gonna say like a few things and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. So I'm gonna be like peanut butter and jelly or toast. You gonna tell me which one you like. Let's get into the rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Salsa or reggaeton?
Reggaeton.
Exactly, period. Instagram or TikTok?
Ooh. TikTok.
Coffee or tea in the morning?
Ooh, coffee.
Favorite every celebrity? Me.
Just what? Besides you. Of course, our mother Mariah Carey.
Mariah.
Jasmine Sullivan, Sexy Red. Yeah.
She gave us a few, and those came off her dome, so you know she mean it.
Hello.
New York City, love it or leave it?
Love it. What? You shitting me?
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Best 90s TV show?
Oh my God. Living Single.
Yes. Mango or fried cheese?
That's not fair.
Your favorite side? Yeah, you gotta pick one.
But it's side.
Because they go together.
No, because mango, that's like the main.
She teaching me.
Main.
I be eating it as the
you
side.
gotta say queso frito or salami frito.
Queso frito or...
I'm gonna always take the salami frito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Streaming music or live concerts?
Live concerts.
Exactly. Who doesn't like that?
Hello.
You know? But some people just prefer to, you know.
That's cute. I like to be outside.
Yeah, we're not those people. What's your most used emoji?
Oh my God. The pink heart with the little like waves on each side.
Okay.
That
like the flying hearts?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Spontaneous trip or planned trip?
Spontaneous.
100. We Aries for real.
Listen,
okay.
Somebody call me and talk about what we gotta go somewhere.
I don't like planning nothing. Let's just do it. Let's go.
So that's the thing. I think it's because I'm a Taurus moon and like a Virgo rising, but I like planning trips, but I also like if somebody, yo, let's go on a trip. Da da da. You want to leave tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, my bag is packed.
Right. Okay. Favorite millennial slang word? You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
First one that comes to your mind.
It's not even a word. It's like just a phrase. I bet. I say that a lot. I be like, I bet.
Because that's like the old school standing on business now.
Like, oh, that's how you feel? I bet.
Right. Okay, I bet. Oh, we not doing this one. You can't pick between these two.
What happened? What?
I'm changing this. Podcast or audiobooks?
You almost got me. A podcast. I actually like listening to sports podcasts.
Okay. Oh, how's that? I never really listened to
You know why? Because like I grew up playing sports. I also grew up like that. Like I went to a magnet school, but my parents had us like playing sports too. And so the best thing that I learned from that and like being trained in ballet, all that stuff is just more so being coachable. And so listening to the sports podcast, I love it because you're getting to hear stories that you never heard of, but also getting to hear like these athletes' side.
Yeah.
But also seeing like what can I take from this interview that can apply to my life right now.
You know why I don't listen to sports podcasts? Because my dad used to play like baseball. and the radio
Hello.
all day. I get in the
Yeah.
car all day, so I don't be wanting to hear that shit no more. Like as an adult.
Listen,
But
shout
we
out to
love
the
baseball, though.
Yankees. Y'all better win next year. This year. Shout out to the Yankees. Stop playing.
Okay, yoga or high intensity workout.
High intensity. I love CrossFit and I do like hiking. So
Okay, I love hit too. Like, I love yoga too because it gives you like that zen, but that hit like gets my adrenaline pumping, and I need my adrenaline to be pumping. Favorite social media trend right now?
ooh, it's not even a trend at this point, but you know when like carousels first dropped on IG, I love it because if you look at my social media, I don't take my social media serious. I do this for a job, so when it comes to my stuff, it's real regular. I love doing the little carousel, like the photo dumps, because I was doing it before it was popping. So, like, actually, I still do it to this day, and I know it's not like a cool thing or whatever, but I don't care. I treat my Instagram I treat all my social media like a scrapbook. So just doing the little carousel, the photo dumps, I love it.
Very millennial energy.
Feel me? Because then I'll sneak in like a meme or something, and it's just like, and if you know me, like if you know kind of thing, because people tell me I come off as mysterious online because I don't talk too much. I just give faith. But there's a personality here.
Yeah, there's a personality. If y'all can't see it, then y'all blind.
Feel
Because it's
me?
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a few more. City life or the islands?
City life.
Really?
Yeah, city life because I can always go back to the island.
You can.
Yeah.
Because it's more going on in the city. Like, it be a little too slow sometimes, you know?
Yeah, like whenever that time comes and I decide to have like kids in the future and stuff like that, they gotta be raised in Brooklyn just like they mama.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, this is good. Most inspiring Afro-Latina icon.
Celia Cruz. Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Period. Okay. One word that best describes your Aries energy.
Spunky.
Sparky. I love that. Okay, let's see if we could get one more in.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna make this up off the top of my head. Dang, I can't think of nothing.
I made you nervous.
Let's see.
You
Now
like
I feel
my
like I gotta
voice?
come up with one because I said one more. We said coffee already.
Hit me with
Light lips or dark lips?
it. Come on now, dark. Okay. Burgundy.
Yes, you give me like a brown girl.
Okay, burgundy, brown, black, navy blue, lipstick, lip liner, glosses. They was created for me. You see this? Yeah.
Period. Okay, guys, that wraps up our interview. Giselle, thank you so much for stopping by the couch
Thank you.
and giving us some knowledge and telling us about your experience in this industry. I'm so grateful to have you on the couch and on the show.
Thank you.
For people who want to hit you up, maybe they want to send you an email, with a budget, need some help. Where can people find you?
Listen, so you can find me across all social media platforms at Giselle So Good. You gotta say it twice.
So good, you gotta say it twice.
Okay, y'all will see how to spell my name in the comments and in the captions and stuff. But yeah, hit me up on social, on Instagram, Twitter. Y'all gonna see my email in the bio. So definitely hit me up through there. And yeah, let's create, let's connect, let's make it shake.
Okay, that was all we have for Giselle. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back with more for Romsworld.
It was really good. This is Giselle So Good. You gotta say it twice, dog. And you are here at Rom's World. You don't need to be anywhere else. You hear me? Yeah.